Guys, I want to start off this video with an article that was brought to my attention in my live stream today. This is going to blow your minds. It blew my mind. I have to show you this. CTRM stock price increases over 10% pre-market. Why it happened. The stock price of Castor Maritime is trading at over 10% pre-market as of 6 a.m. Eastern time. There's no direct news from the company, but it appears that it is being hyped on social media. Check this out. Investors on social media are citing the short interest data, and there are investors in the CTRM and Robinhood penny stock subsidiary groups coordinating the buying of the company's stock. Plus, YouTube channel, Trades, discuss the potential of CTRM based on its fundamentals and recent news. Ooh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Man, I had to show you that. I had to show you that first and foremost here. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades, where we get technical analysis in different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's get into the video. Today, we're going to be showing you another freaking grand slam hit that we have hit here at Trades. I hope you guys were able to get into this stock. I do not think it's over. I've got a couple reasons to tell you why, but regardless, we're going to prepare you for the upcoming trading days. I do still have my position in CTRM to be completely transparent. I did end up buying in. I've got about 1,300 shares with a current dollar cost average, if I just check really quick, of 82.99 cents. I did average up just a bit in order to really push the price here and see what we can do. And God, I'm so excited to talk about this today. So we're going to look at the fundamentals of the company, the why should you invest into them. I'm going to be personally holding them as a midterm to long-term investment because I do think there's a lot of potential in what they do, right? We're going to show you that recent news article, which absolutely blows my mind. Some really good acquisitions that they've been going through, and then the charts, the meat and potatoes, the 1 month chart as well as the 1 day, 1 minute chart to give you both a macroscopic and microscopic perspective of the price action. I've got a couple different indicators pulled up to help us read here. The RSI, which is the relative strength index, anything over 70 is overbought, anything under 30 is oversold. This is a way to gauge overall momentum for either the bulls or the bears. I've got the 200 EMA, which is this purple trend line, and the 15-day MA, which is this blue trend line. The 200 EMA, or the exponential moving average, is a price action based valuation trend line over a 200-day moving period. This gives us an idea of the macroscopic price action on a stock. And then the 15-day MA is the moving average. Some brokerage accounts call this the SMA, the simple moving average. They are one and the same. This is a price action based valuation trend line over a 15-day moving period that gives us an idea of the microscopic price action on a stock. We use these side by side in order to predict upcoming breakouts and what could potentially be coming for the future of the stock and help us give us some really good entry points. And guys, I am so pumped. This is looking beautiful. Let's get into the video. So what do these guys do? What's the why? Why does this matter? Castor Maritime Incorporated is a Cyprus-based company. The company is engaged in the ocean transportation of dry bulk cargoes worldwide through the ownership and operation of bulk carrier vessels. It also aims to increase its fleet through acquisitions of new and modern vessels. There's always going to be a demand for transportation, seaborne transportation specifically of stuff, right? Of what we see here as bulk carrier vessels, right? Of bulk carrying. And I'm going to pull up their website really quick and just show you some stuff. What I find very interesting. And we're going to check this out. So what are they? We are committed to promoting honest and ethical business conduct throughout our operations, right? It's Castor, it's shipping, it's magic. We are a growth-oriented global shipping company engaged in the seaborne transportation of a wide range of dry bulk commodities along worldwide shipping routes through our ownership of dry bulk vessels, right? We check out the key figures here. Back in 2018, December, they entered NOTC under the ticker Castor. Then they entered the NASDAQ under CTRM. They took delivery of the Magic Sun, then the Magic Moon, the Magic Rainbow, the Magic Horizon, and the Magic Nova, all the way through what would be 2019 to October of 2020. Look at the most recent news articles. You can see that they acquired a new vessel back February 3rd, and then February 1st, they also acquired another vessel. On January 22nd, they announced a $15.3 million debt refinancing, right? So they're being very, very proactive about the growth of their company, trying to help fix their balance sheets, right? Their overall revenue, their gross profit, all those very important numbers, which you are looking for in a company. So the more that these guys acquire vessels, right? These vessels that help them do what they do. Think about this as an Uber Eats driver, right? Without a car, it's gonna be pretty hard for you to do your freaking job. And without the vessels, they can't ship dry commodities. So this is crucial. You're going to really need them to increase their overall vessels. This is going to increase the amount of money that they can generate. Think about Bitcoin mining, right? If you had one computer for Bitcoin mining, you'd be able to mine some. But if you've got 10,000, you're going to be able to mine a crap ton. Same premise, right? So if we come over here to the company, look at their news. We don't have much around here. Castor Maritime among industrial gainers, right? So we're not going to look at that. That's not really that important. And then the annual revenue, right? We look at 2019. They were actually a little better off than they were in 2018. Not much year over year, right? But if we look at 2019, look at the gross profit. They're up 293% to $378,000. My friends, I'm telling you right now, I think this is worth $10 right now. Right now, I think it's worth $10. I'm going to be holding this for the mid to long term at the very least. And I honestly see a lot of potential in this company longer than, I'm not kidding you. I think this could be a year over year over year. Give it to you guys. It's going to be insane. It could be absolutely huge. I am so pumped about it. Let's get into the charts and show you guys some potential entry points. So now you know the why, right? We know they ship dry bulk commodities with their vessels. The more vessels they acquire, the more profit they can make, right? But in the short term, the more vessels they acquire, the less cash they have available. It puts them in debt. But that debt is a necessity, right? Sometimes debt is something you need to invest in. It's something you need to have to generate profit. Think about doctors. Doctors go to school for 10 to 12 years so they can make a lot of money. But sometimes it takes a while, right? It takes a while for them to pay back that debt. But in the long term, they're better off for it. That's the same premise, the same concept happening with CTRM. Them acquiring these vessels could put them in debt now, but in the long term, it's going to be a good thing. It's the same as a direct offering. In the short term, right, you're kind of doing some goofy things to the charts. You might scare off some investors. In the long term, it produces profit. Same premise. So now that we're looking at the chart, we've given you the why. We've talked about what's important about this company. Let's look at the price action and how we figured out this is a good company to get into, right? So they had this first initial run-up. We knew there was a pretty high amount of short interest in CTRM. I'm going to pull them up on Fintel really quick just to show you. CTRM short interest. And we can look at the previous day. They might have actually updated the most recent short interest on Fintel. We're going to take a peek. February 5th, we see, that they have 98 million total in short volume compared to the overall market volume of 287.5 million. These numbers were being kind of shady. They were different before. You can check out my AMC videos. I talk about it a lot, but I think CTRM actually has a higher overall short volume ratio than we see right now with Fintel. Guys, if you've been tracking Fintel, I don't even need to say anything. You guys put it in the comment section. You know what I'm talking about, but it had a high amount of short interest, which could potentially move into a squeeze. Not why I've recommended this company, but it is an addition, right? So you can play this out a couple different ways. I saw those numbers. I said, all right, that's interesting. That's interesting. We've got the short interest, which is here. We've got a nice chart set up, right? We had this nice run up followed by a dip down to 78.6%, strong buying pressure, good bottom out, right? George W. We got a double bottom here, an ascending double bottom nonetheless, right? So we got a bottom here, we got a bottom here, followed by a squeeze down in price action. Now, what is that? What is a squeeze down in price action? Well, let me show you. This is going to be very easy to draw up for you. So what we're seeing right now is this compressing, this spring loading basically of price action. We can see, if we load this up and you get as many touch points as you can, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 different touch points, right? So we got 3 touch points, which is what I always look for to signify we have a validated trend, right? We've got that descending level of resistance. On the flip side, we've got this ascending level of support. And it formed a pennant formation. We've got this nice bullish flag. We've got the pole right here, right? We got a lot of wide range green candlesticks. This is the pole of the flag. This is the flag of the flag, obviously. And then we broke that descending level of resistance with a wide range candlestick. We see that right here. This is the wide range candlestick that signified to me we broke out of this compressing spring loading action. So this is the next upward moving trend. We've got a nice clean upward moving channel. It's forming somewhat of a ladder formation, right? We've got an ascending level of support with 3 different validated touch points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have an ascending level of support. You can see this right here. Guys, this is filthy. This is disgusting. I see absolutely no reason to believe that this could not continue. We are in overbought territory, right? So that is something to consider. We're going to see a pullback eventually, right? So if you're looking for a more long-term position into the company for a better dollar cost average, you might want to wait, and we'll give you some numbers as to what you can expect there. But I do find it extremely likely that we test out this $1.10, and furthermore, I think $1.50 is very realistic. So this is gonna come up pretty close. In the next trading day, you can see that we're either gonna A, break below this ascending level of support, or B, we're gonna break above this even Steven level of resistance at about $1.10. We almost broke $1 today, guys. At the market close, we did have about 2.5 million shares waiting to be sold at the dollar mark on the level 2s. So we did not break that, right? We saw a little bit of price rejection, ending the day at around what would be 94.5 cents here in the after hours. Still not disappointed with that in the least bit. Volume was picking up pretty solid. At the end of the day, we actually saw a nice push in volume. And guys, I really highly anticipate you can see this continue into tomorrow. Now, do keep in mind, the pullback is coming. Now, what's that going to look like? Well, based on previous trends, we can see that it pulls back pretty harsh, right? But this is kind of an asterisk. We know this is wrapped into the WSB situation. We know they had a high amount of short interest, which is why it was targeted by that Reddit thread. But I don't think you're likely going to see as harsh of a pullback this time, especially considering how much this consolidated and how even this moved, right? This is a very clean price action. That's good. That's good. So my prediction is going to be, you see a pullback. If it does not grow tomorrow, right, it ends up breaking this ascending level of support. You're going to see it pull back to probably about 50% or so, in between 61.8 and 50%, which is going to give you a entry point around 79.7 or 83.6. Now, I'm not guaranteeing this happens, right? This is an if. This is an if situation, preparing you for all possible scenarios. If we end up breaking beneath this ascending level of support, this is where I think it's going to drop to, which is right around here. And this makes sense because we see there are candle wicks touching right on 79.9 as well as 83.8. We've got one just about touching here. We've got one touching here, one touching here, right? You get my point. That is a very validated level of support for the stock. I think it's very likely we see either bounce here or a bounce here. And that is going to be a perfect entry point for you to get into the stock. It is possible, but the trend is more bullish. This is a very bullish trend right now, guys. And if we look at this on the 3-month chart, we can see that it does this stair-stepping sort of movement very, very cleanly, right? Look at this. Look at this. Higher low. We got the higher low here, right? Consolidation. Higher low here. Consolidation. This is the next run. And then it's probably going to do the exact same thing, right? It's going to consolidate. Get ready for that next leg up, which is likely going to be right around here at about $1.10, which is where I anticipate the next higher low is eventually going to set itself. And you can see over time, we are stair-stepping a very nice, clean, upward moving channel. In fact, we've actually been growing in overall price action over the past, what would be, a week or so. And gosh dang, my friends, this is absolutely filthy. I'm loving everything about CTRM. I really hope you guys are able to take advantage of this. And it is looking dirty. So that's what we got right now. Right now on the RSI, it is pretty overbought. It is certainly sitting at 66. Saw a small pullback here in the after hours, which I don't mind at all. Pullbacks are actually a good thing. It's healthy for a chart. It's healthy for the price action. It encourages other investors to get into the stock. I do think this is likely an investor stock and not necessarily a trader stock, just based on the overall volume that's coming in here. We don't see as much red volume matching the green volume on the upticks, right? And that indicates to me that people are still holding. And I'm going to continue to hold into this company as I do see a lot of potential in growth in the future. So that's how it looks right now. We got a nice gap here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA, indicating that we've got a nice breakout from previous price action macroscopically. The microscopic price action is moving more violent than we've seen in the past. Guys, I feel really good about CTRM. I do think it is likely to push above and retest this $1.10. I think it's going to hit $1.50 sometime this week. That's my personal price target. But if it doesn't, my friends, I'm going to be holding this for the long term regardless, and that is what I'm going to do for that. Look here at the 1 day, 1 minute chart for any last minute confirmations. We're going to clear off all of the trend lines we've got. If you want to rewind the video and pause it, take some notes, you can definitely do that. But what we see right here is, we've got a triple top, which is typically a sign of an upcoming reversal. So we did see that. It's bearish in nature. Saw a little bit of price rejection, followed by a nice upward trend, right? You can see that right here. We ended up breaking this upward trend with some wide range candle bars and continued on this nice upward trend, followed by some nice volume at the end of the day, moving in a nice upward channel, broke this ascending level of support with a wide range candle, right? We got that price rejection at $1 with that 2.5 million share sell order that was sitting on the level 2s. And now here in the after hours, we have pulled back a little bit to about 94.8. Currently sitting at 47 on the RSI, microscopically speaking. 15 MA is just barely crossed underneath the 200 EMA, right? This could very easily reverse by the end of this video, by the end of the extended market hours. Regardless, the overall macroscopic trend is bullish. The microscopic trend currently is just a hair bearish. I would consider this more neutral than anything, a nice healthy pullback. And everything about this chart, my friends, is looking absolutely filthy. That is what I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Lastly, I have an affiliate link in the description box down below for Webull. Webull is a brokerage account which you're watching me use right now on the desktop. This is version 4 that allows you to start trading all extended hours that are possible, starting at 4 a.m. in the pre-market. If you use my link, you'll get 2 free stocks with a $100 deposit. I'll receive a free stock. Great way to support the channel, and if you're not interested, my friends, that's totally fine. I just appreciate your support by taking the time to watch my videos. So that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.